Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I've got an interesting video for you today. I want to talk about this new light from Lumintop. This is EDC AA. I picked this up for about $20 and I'm very excited about this light. It reminds me of the Olight i5T in a lot of ways. The price point on this one was much lower though. So the first thing we see here in this package is the owner's manual, and right there, that is the runtime chart and the specs, the technical parameters of this light. Right here are a bunch of the features that the light has. As always, please feel free to pause your screen if you want to read this information. I'm trying to hold it as still as I can, but I'm pretty excited about this light. And then it goes into other languages. So in the package, the first thing that you see here is a lanyard. So that's very cool. The i5T doesn't come with that. The next thing that you see here is two replacement tail cap switch O-rings. So this is cool, because what these will do is these will keep the IPX8 rating on this light. So very cool. And then right here, this is pretty neat. This is a silicone cap, and I'll talk about that here in just a second. And then last but not least, we will take a look at the light. So there is a first look at the light. Again, this is model EDC AA. The knurling on the body of the light is very nice. It's got a dual direction pocket clip, very similar to what you would see on the i5T. It has a TIR optic lens. It's got a tail cap switch type button that's very much the same kind of feel. And then when you unthread the tail cap switch, now there's a look inside the battery tube. You can see a nice solid contact point down there. So very nice. And there's a look at the tail cap switch. Nice solid spring, very simple build. So we're going to go ahead and insert a battery into the light. I'm going to use just a standard AA battery. I think this is a alkaline. Yeah, so this is an alkaline battery. And the cool thing about this light is it will operate on a alkaline non-rechargeable 1.5 volt. It'll run on a 1.2 volt nickel metal hydride rechargeable. You can run it on a lithium rechargeable or a lithium, so it's all the AA batteries. And then you can also run this light on the 14500 battery that operates at 3.7 volts. You'll get much brighter settings and the run times are pretty good. Now the cool thing about this light is it has 5 different modes of operation. Okay, where the i5T only had low and high. So this is pretty cool. So to operate the light, it's extremely simple. You just push the tail cap switch. But let me take a step back and talk about the tail cap switch. You have 2 modes of operation here. You can half press and go into a momentary, or you can deep press and it turns the light on. So every time that you go momentary, you see you're cycling through the modes. So you start with, let's say, low, for example. This is going to be 2 lumens since I'm using an alkaline battery, and the runtime is 120 hours. That's 5 days of runtime. Now if you want to go to the next mode, you just let off the switch and go to the next mode. We're dealing with medium. This is 22 lumens, and on this setting it'll last 17.5 hours. So very cool. Turn the light off and back on. We're looking at high of 125 lumens. This will last for an hour and 10 minutes. So it's a very, very simple light to operate. And then of course, let's go to turbo. Turbo is 180 lumens, and this will last for 45 minutes. Now, if you're wanting to think about how much brightness is 180 lumens, just think of the Olight i3T, the AAA version. Now, this light does have a hidden strobe function. It's pretty simple to get to it. From the off position, we're going to momentarily press this tail cap switch 6 times, and that will put us into strobe mode. So let's take a look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Click that into place, and now we have a strobe. This is 90 lumens. It does not specify how long it'll last on that setting, but it's very disorienting. Now, if you want to talk about different batteries and run times, let's say that we have a rechargeable nickel metal hydride battery operating at 1.2 volts. Okay, on low, this light would be 2 lumens. It'll last 150 hours. That's 6.25 days. Then if we go to medium, it'll be 22 lumens or 14 hours and 20 minutes. And then high is 130 lumens for an hour and 45 minutes. Turbo is going to be 180 lumens for an hour and 20 minutes. And then of course the strobe is 90 lumens, and it doesn't specify the runtime. Now the light, let's talk about run times in accordance to the 14500 battery, rechargeable. So on low you get 8 lumens for 30 hours. Medium is 80 lumens for 6 hours and 45 minutes. High is 400 lumens for an hour and 5 minutes. And then of course you get a 600 lumen turbo for 45 minutes of runtime. When you go to strobe using the 14500 battery, you get 265 lumens of strobe. So very cool. Now this light does have a very cool memory mode. So let's say I want it on that low setting. If I turn the light off and I wait for at least 3 seconds and I come back, it will remember whichever setting I'm on with the exception of strobe. It will not remember strobe. So if I pick the light back up, you see there, it come on to that low setting. But let's say you want the light to always come on to, I don't know, let's say turbo. So let's go over to turbo, low, there's medium, high, there's turbo. So you lock turbo in, right? Turn the light off, wait a few seconds. And then of course, it's very cool, 3 seconds goes by. And then when you turn the light on, look at that, right back to turbo. So this light is programmable in a way to keep the memory of the last mode that you were on. Now this light has a throw of 61 meters. It's a very floody beam. It has a candela rating of 930. It's impact resistant down to 1.5 meters. It's IPX8 waterproof down to 2 meters. It runs on an OSRAM GW Persa 1 LED. It has a TIR optic lens. It does have reverse battery installation protection. So if you put the battery in backwards, you're not going to fry this thing. Now, if you want to talk about the dimensions of the light, it's 91 millimeters long by 17 millimeters in diameter. And without the battery, it weighs 23.3 grams. Let's turn it on and let's slip on this cone. This cone's kind of cool. Gives you the option to have like almost a lantern kind of a look. So if you want to go, like, let's say you want to go to the lowest setting right there and you just want like a little night light or something in your tent, you got that, and you're not going to be shining a beam on yourself. So that's pretty cool. Again, turn the light off and then it comes back on after 3 seconds to the last mode accessed, as long as you're not on strobe. And this little thing here, when you light it up, it's a photoluminescent grade silicone, so when you turn the light off, look at that, it still glows a little bit. So that's pretty cool. Now right here I am comparing it size wise to the Olight i5T. So if you put them just like that, you see it's a little bit shorter than the i5T, and it's a lot lighter. Okay, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the IPX8 waterproof rating on this light. So I drop it in the water, swirl it around a little bit, and now let me go ahead and cycle through the modes. So let's go, there's low, medium, high, turbo, back to low, turn it off, and let's see if we can find that strobe. I have trouble finding the strobe because I'm not used to this light yet. So from off, again, it's 6, and then we're gonna hold it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't do it. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. There is the strobe. So very cool and pretty disorienting. So as you can see very clearly, this light passes the IPX8 waterproof standard with flying colors. I like it on low, so I'll just turn it off in low, wait my 3 seconds, and it'll remember low. Very, very cool. Okay, right now we have the lowest mode. This is 2 lumens, and on this setting it'll last 120 hours or 5 days. Now looking off in the distance, you can't really see too much what's going on. So let's bump it up to the next mode. You can see a little bit more light there. That's 22 lumens. This is 17.5 hours. So that's a pretty good amount of light. The camera doesn't really justify it, but I can see quite a bit. Let's go up to the third mode. That's high. We're looking at 125 lumens for an hour and 10 minutes. So that's a pretty good setting. And let's go a little higher up to turbo. Let's see, let's make sure I'm on low, medium, high, turbo right there. 180 lumens for 45 minutes. And I'm running an alkaline battery right now. So that is pretty cool. Let me turn it off and I'll put on this little glowing thing here. Let's turn it on. So that's what it looks like on turbo, of course, with this. So it's almost like a lantern. Let's go back down to low. That's what low looks like. Medium. High. Turbo. I'm going to go ahead and try the strobe now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the strobe. And now I'll take the cap off. And that's what the strobe looks like. It doesn't have any kind of really tight hotspot at all. It's all flood. Okay, now I'm running a 14500 battery and I've got it on the lowest setting. This is 8 lumens, and on this setting you get 30 hours of runtime. That's a pretty cool amount of light, and I can see the shelves all the way off in the distance. I don't know if you're picking that up on the camera or not, but I can see it very clearly from here. Let's bump it up. This is now medium, 80 lumens, and this will last 6 hours and 45 minutes. So that's pretty cool. Let's go to high. High is 400 lumens for an hour and 5 minutes. That is bright. That's a lot of light. Let's go up to turbo. Turbo, 600 lumens for 45 minutes. 61 meters of throw. 930 on the candela. That is a lot of light to be coming out of such a small light. And I'm feeling the head of the light. It doesn't get hot or anything like that. It's not hot at all. But that is considerably brighter. In fact, in the owner's manual, they recommend using a 14500 in this light. Now, let me go ahead and see if I can get to the strobe. So bear with me. Turn it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. There is the strobe of 265 lumens. Doesn't tell you how long it does this, but remember when we had the alkaline battery on the strobe, it was 90 lumens. There's low, medium, high, and turbo. That is very bright. I'm looking up at the sky, aiming down to the floor. straight ahead, up at the sky. This is just really, really cool. Let's go back to low and we'll slip on the silicone thing again. So now we're on low here. Got the silicone on there. Let's go up to medium. There's medium. High. Wow, that's pretty good. It's almost like a lantern. Look at that, it's lighting up the room. That's crazy. And then turbo. That's crazy. 45 minutes of 600 lumens. That's I can't believe how much light this little thing puts out. And then this glows when you take it off, especially if you light it up real good. Get it nice and lit up, and then turn your light off and that thing will glow. That's pretty cool. Hope you're enjoying these night shots. I really like this light. Very cool. I love the fact that it has multiple modes, low, medium, high, turbo, and strobe. You know, 5 modes. Runs on a standard battery, and it has a memory. I mean, gosh, pretty cool. But that is the Lumintop EDC AA. I paid 20 bucks for this, and I really like it. I think it's gonna do great things. I love the fact that it has 5 different modes of operation. I love the fact that it has a memory mode. I think these are going to be really popular. It has the same kind of feel as the i5T, but as you can see, it's got a little bit more options as far as run times, and they definitely tell you that you can use a 14500. So with all that being said, folks, I want to say thank you for stopping by and joining me on this video here today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video. I will put a link in the description box down below where you can find this light. And until next time, have a beautiful day. We'll see you then. Bye for now.